Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. COVID-19 has compelled countries, government, and industries to rethink and re-strategize the way they function and operate. For some, it has brought in an everlasting impact, while for others, it has accelerated the change that was to happen over the course of few years. Clearly, Indian real estate sector has also been impacted. Builders, brokers, and other stakeholders have been compelled to adopt technologies and to come up with innovative ideas to market their properties or services. I am Ankit Sharma from ET Realty, and for the next 3 hours, we will be joined by Housing Ministry and over 15 speakers from across the country who will talk about how the industry is re-strategizing and adapting to the new normal. First, we are joined by our chief guest, Durga Shankar Mishra, Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Like the industry, government too is facing an unprecedented crisis. It is, however, coming up with various guidelines and initiatives in order to mitigate the impact of COVID-19. Mr. Mishra will talk about such government efforts and also how he reads the current situation from the real estate perspective. Without further delay, I would like to welcome him. Hello, Mr. Mishra. Thank you for joining us. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning to you, Ankit, and all the participants in this ET Reality Digital Marketing Virtual Forum webinar conference. Let me first wish a very happy Guru Purnima, which was only yesterday, the day when Lord Buddha got his enlightenment. He understood the intricacies of life, and that is what he propagated through his preachings. A very happy Buddha Purnima to all of you. We are all passing through a very difficult time of COVID-19 pandemic, which has engulfed the whole world. This is after the World War. For the first time, even the World War, there was different arenas were there which were most impacted. But the COVID-19 pandemic has engulfed the whole world, and the most developed world, who have the highest and the best kind of the medical facilities and other amenities, they are facing the challenges much more than us. The total number of human lives lost is almost to the tune of 300,000. Almost like 3 million people have been impacted. The world has come to a kind of a halt, as if this is a nature's zero period. I mean, it's like everything, all kinds of activities people have to, and not only in our countries, in different places across the globe. And that has impacted all the things the way we have been doing so far. A simple virus whose size is not even 1/1,000,000th of the size of the point of a needle has got this kind of a devastation done, and made us to think how to deal with this kind of thing in future. We have also had various kinds of learning, like the webinar which I'm holding, and in fact I have addressed various kinds of conferences related to the real estate at different places. But now are the days when we had various webinar conferences. We have tried to understand the real estate sector from different parts of the country without going to them, but understanding through the webinar. It's doing things in a different way. In our country, our lockdown, which was started from 25th of March, yes, it has adversely impacted our economic activities, but has given us opportunities to think differently. Government has come out with packages. Our Honorable Finance Minister made certain announcement. RBI Governor made certain announcement. Other packages are also expected. We have interacted with people, and we are also working on various things, how to deal with it. The real estate sector, on the very 15th April, when the MHA's guideline for some opening up after the lockdown was issued, they have mentioned that from 20th April onwards, the construction activities may commence at such places where the labor was available in situ. And based on that, I would like to congratulate NAREDCO and the CREDAI, who came out with specific guidelines suited for the construction sector, so that in such sites, how work could be done. And in fact, that has been shown. In fact, in Delhi itself, Katputli colony, I'm getting reports, getting the photographs and the video, where how the workers are maintaining the social distance. I mean, the prescribed 2 gaj ki duri. They are being thermally scanned. They are using the mask and the gloves. And in case if anybody finds a problem, is some symptom, develop some kind of symptom, he is referred to the hospital, to the public hospital. So I would like to congratulate and thank the industry for responding so positively. In fact, much more than that, on our request, on the request of the government, both NAREDCO and CREDAI, they made a appeal to all their members that the labor which were stranded because of the lockdown, there was no activity, they need to be fed, they need to be taken care of, they need to be entertained, because they're all human beings who have all the needs and all the requirements as we all have. So they have to be taken care of. And many of our real estate community, they have done that. Now the challenge starts, how to bring it back. When there has been more opening up and the labor has been allowed to go back, large number of migration, I mean the reverse migration has taken place. People have moved out from Karnataka, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Punjab, in different parts, wherever Gujarat, wherever they have gone back to their places in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, I mean different places, Odisha, which are providing this labor. This has given us a new way of thinking. I mean, it's a challenge to think how to bring them back, because they've all gone back to their place. They're all afraid that the COVID-19 is such a dangerous proposition. It may take your life if not dealt properly, not dealt in time. So people are afraid of that, but they need to be convinced. They need to be convinced that the kind of impact in our country is far less than in any part of the world. Our fatalities are much lesser, much lesser compared to any part of the world. And then we need to cater to their requirements. For example, housing is a major challenge. Those who have been working, the migrant labor who have been working for us, they face a major challenge in housing. Can we do something for that so that they have a better quality of life? I know that at many sites, real estate sites, housing is provided, but we have not been very much focused on improving the quality of their lives. Can we improve the standards of the housing which has been provided on site, provided off the site from where they come and go? The workers are providing that kind of a work. Can we do that? Can we cater to, I mean, there is a law for building and other construction works welfare board. I mean, this is everybody is supposed to be member of that. Out of nearly 5.5 crore construction workers, which is an estimated number, almost 3.5 crore are registered, but the balance 2 crore are still not. And when somebody is not registered as a construction worker, he loses all kinds of the social security benefits, whether, I mean, in the wake of pandemic, various kinds of announcements were made by the government, or various kinds of concessions have been given with the state government. Unless your name, unless your details are there, you may not be able to get those benefits. Can we do something so that this balance. In fact, we are going to take a very proactive step through our municipal bodies to make sure these balanced 2 crore workers, they also get into the same fold, and they get all the kinds of benefit which is prescribed under the law. We have also accumulated money through 1% cess on the construction work. Thanks, this money has been utilized this period during this period in addressing various kinds of grievances of the workers. Can we also make some plan for that? Can we make some plan for rental housing in the government? Rental housing is a major challenge because the laws are quite archaic. They are very old. They have been, the time when they were made, they have been made for the sake of the rentees. Their rights have been taken care of, or rather completely, avoided. But the one who rents the house, he is in difficult situation and he does not allow his vacant area to be rented out. Result is, in our 2011 census, we had nearly 1.1 crore houses lying vacant.
Anji?
We have been working on the new rental
Yeah.
law, and I'm sure within a month or so, we should be in position to pass it on to the states. It has been widely discussed with the industry, discussed with various other stakeholders, and now it is with the state governments. We are chasing with the state government to get their comments very soon so that we can finalize and share with the state governments and provide an ecosystem in which rental housing becomes a new proposition that will unlock large number of the real estate facilities which are not being sold individually on an ownership basis. They could be converted into the rental housing, and that could be a good business. We need to create that kind of ecosystem. If it is for the liquidity, which is one challenge which one is facing, RBI has come out with various kind of propositions. You are aware that 10,000 crore, one special fund has been created to refinance the housing finance companies. The total liquidity coverage ratio, that has been brought down from 100% to 80%. The reverse repo rate, that has been reduced, allowing the banks savings to be invested into this sector. Even the banks repo rate, that was also reduced by 75 points. Now it is 4.40, and this 10,000 crore has been allowed at that 4.40%. That means that ultimately when this money goes to the HFCs, it will be around 8 to 8.5%. Various real estate projects were stressed. The government constituted a stress fund, alternative investment fund, which is called SWAMIs. And through that windows, the last I have interacted with our concerned ministry, something to the tune of 5,500 crore has already been approved. And that constitutes nearly 21,000 home buyers. That's a good sign, and that was done prior to the COVID situation. Recently, on 8th of April, the committee had a meeting and they approved another 8 cases covering, say, around 500 crore or so. So that made from 5,000 crore to 5,500 crore. This is the 3 months period from March to May has been converted. This is like a 0 period, and this is over and above 3 months for the NPA. The limit for has been increased from 1 lakh to 1 crore. That's also is a good sign. The various steps, you are aware, in the last 5-6 finance budget speech of the finance minister in the last 6 years, there is not a budget speech which has not attracted the real estate sector. The government has addressed to various ways to the fiscal, financial, programmatic, even or on the regulatory, whether it is the RERA or it is the building permissions system. everywhere government has acted very, very positively. But there are challenges. Why government has acted so positively? Because this is a very, very important sector. Next only to the agriculture, you employ the maximum number of people. Your contribution to the GDP is very high. And considering the kind of business across the country and the way things are changing, this is going to go higher and higher. So I think government is quite sensitive about the real estate sector. And as far as my ministry is concerned, we are continuously in dialogue with, whether it is NAREDCO or CREDAI or CII or SHM or FICCI, all of them. I mean, we have been continuously in dialogue with them, try to understand their issues, try to solve the issues to the extent it is possible from us, or if it is to be done by some other ministries, we take up with other ministries and follow them as sincerely as it is possible. I would also like to congratulate, I mean, the NAREDCO came with a new proposition of online business. I think here is a time when you need to see how things can be done differently, how we can use the power of IT, make our customers empowered through various modes and start participating. One can say that, well, the income has gone down, but such things do happen. In the past also, there have been such instances, say the war between two countries or such things. But when we come back, but here the whole world is going to be reorganized. The way things are, I mean, people are expecting that there will be a lot of changes of places for the different industries. There will be a movement across the globe, and India is going to be very favorable destination, because the way we have addressed under the Prime Minister's visionary leadership, the world is watching us, and this could be a new arena of all the development. And there, the real estate sector has to really play a very, very important role. Our Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, I mean, I'm very happy to share with you, we have crossed 1.05 crores, almost like 65 lakhs under construction. It's a huge progress. So this is, the world is watching us, whether it is program, whether it is the reforms, whether the way we have dealt with Corona. I think opportunities lies with us. It is knocking our door. We only have to be patient. Prime Minister's, Honorable Prime Minister mentioned about Sankalp and Sanjam. We have to do that Sankalp and Sanjam. If you do that, possibly the future is ours. I wish you all the very best for this webinar, and I'm sure with the discussions, new things will emerge. If there is something which the ministry can do, I'll be very happy if the ET Reality can share with us through the mail, and we will try to look into it, try to see what we can do. I wish all the very best for this webinar. Thank you.
I would like to thank Mr. Mishra for joining us, giving his views and informing us about the government efforts